in Mexico for this mission.
You can't make McQueeb into a mech because
We're still
McQueeb is
seeing
an
dozens of
officer. You
reported
can't be an
abduction
officer
attempts
and a
coming in
mech.
from cities around the world. You will be deploying at the site of the latest report.
You can only be one of Psi, mech, and officer. You can't be any more than one of those three categories.
This is Big Sky. Strike team has reached the AO. Requesting authorization to deploy.
Solid copy, Big Sky. Strike 1 is cleared to engage. Moving.
This map is typically just a straight pitched battle. There's no like room on the map or anything, so you just kind of start fighting and then keep fighting, and then the mission's over.
Affirmative, Commandant.
Поехали!
On the move.
On the move.
Affirmative.
Oh yeah, and gunners turn into Goliaths. Goliaths are actually, I think they get rapid fire, vital point targeting, heat ammo, which means that they can be incredibly good at dealing damage late game. They have very poor aim progression though. They're very tanky mechs. So if that's a thing that you want, they're good at that. But generally speaking, mechs are just tanky by means of being a mech. So generally speaking, I put the rest of my focus into making them good at dealing damage. That was kind of weird. I don't have disabling shot for this. And if I walk forward to deal with it, I pull this pod. I guess I have a shadow device. I guess we just go invisible this turn. I want to do this then. On the same tile. Should be able to kill these just by shooting at them. And rocket the next one. It's kind of like, the point is to get meld, and I haven't even seen any meld yet, so... Slightly questionable value. I do have a Marauder too, so actually killing the ones that are close to me is kind of important. But I probably want the rocket to hit the car anyway, right? And when it hits the car, it's going to pull that pod regardless. Maybe that's fine. Maybe it won't blow up the car, actually. Possible. Blew up the car. Alright, believable. Sure, I know who has the shadow device. You have the shadow device. You have the shadow. Hit everybody. No? Yes. Just barely. So I don't have to move anyone. How was the panel? It was good. It was lovely. Queeb, I guess, only shoots at this, so might as well. Do other people do? That feels like such a good shot to take that I'm just gonna take it. My sniper maybe gets the kill? On a different tile. Moving can actually make it so I can't hit with the shadow device anymore. But I think here is okay.
Position confirmed.
The Great Scanardo!
No longer a threat.
You're gonna make a joke that you were there incognito, then realized it wouldn't really matter if you were. Why not? And be like, oh cool. Is what I would say. I mean, it like doesn't matter a huge amount.
Dysfonctionnement du système de visée.
Maybe a little bit. Okay. I can reload without leaving stealth, right? I'm just not gonna. I don't trust it. I don't need the bullets that much. It's so hard to understand why they do the things that they do when you're stealthed. Do they know where I am? Like the outsider took cover compared to where I am, but the muton very much didn't. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Contacts are attempting to retreat.
So Marauder's gonna have to walk forward and kill that. This is dying to what exactly? Oh, another rocket. Another rocket's good.
With pleasure.
And then
X-ray on the move. They're flanking us.
we have this shot, which is pretty cheap to take. Kinda didn't take damage. Also, did it look like the shred fell off? Is my game bugged? It looked like the shred fell off to me. Like it was shredded, and then I shot a rocket at it, and then it wasn't shredded anymore. Good. Take another easy kill on the Great Scanardo. Keep funneling experience into snipers.
Position confirmed. Target is still
Okay.
standing.
Never mind.
Dead and gone.
Yeah. This infantry.
Je suis en route.
That was kind of sweet.
Продолжим.
Réarmement.
It wasn't a hard kill, right? Like, in comparison to other kills I have asked soldiers to make. That one wasn't difficult. My last battle scanner.
Big Brother is online.
The OK Scanardo. More outsiders.
Ищу.
Okay. Moving. Rock and roll. Adelante. Reloaded.
Начинаю
Je suis
наблюдение.
sur mes gardes.
Moving.
And Exalt. What a weird mission.
Good to go.
Roger, tracking.
D'accord.
On the move.
Does Exalt stop appearing if you kill the Exalt base?
Got it covered.
I guess it would make sense. I guess that's kind of a factor in whether it's worth keeping them around, because when they appear on missions, they're pretty easy to kill, but they're not worth that much to kill. They don't drop alien alloys. I guess these ones drop a little bit of meld. We looked up an issue, and the best result you could find was a Reddit thread from 7 years ago that said the problem existed. Well, at least they know. Sure, they'll fix it soon.
Je suis en route. Cible abattue.
My favorite bug. Okay, not my favorite. The bug that stands out the most in my mind from my life was Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate, which is it's a game very similar to XCOM actually. If you've never tried it, there's a decent chance that if you like XCOM you would enjoy Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate. It's definitely a bit old at this point. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad or anything. It had this bug where if you ever installed it and then uninstalled it, it did something that screwed up the registry in your computer, so you could never install it again. Well, I mean you could, but it wouldn't launch. Maybe it would crash to desktop on the first mission. I think it would crash to desktop on the first mission. So every time I got a new computer, I would install it and play it, and it would work, and I'd be really excited. And then I'd, like, you know, play a campaign, get bored of it, uninstall it for other things, and then it would never work again. True Iron Man mode. Yeah, I guess so.
On the move. On the move. Heading out.
So I can remember the parts of my life where I was able to play that game. But I also have many memories of trying to play that game and having it not work and being frustrated. I eventually looked up the problem and worked out what was going on, obviously, but I couldn't work out how to fix it still. In Latin America, a random YouTuber booms before making funny videos of Warhammer 40k. So liked in this part of the world. I don't entirely know what that means. Does that mean they say boom? Are people following you around, shrimp pies? Do you need me to cover for you? Could walk up and be like, hey, you're ready to leave? I've been in situations like that. The whole, oh, creepy person is being creepy to someone in front of me sort of situation.
Target locked.
But I've always just been like, hey, you're being creepy, rather than pretending to know the person. Your most haunted IT problem was your computer blue screening if you lost internet connection with a Twitch stream open. Twitch.tv.
That's affirmative. Will do.
Я пошла.
Alright. One more kill for the Great Scanardo, and we get some melt. Not terrible.
By the numbers.
Supposed to be discreet about it because creepy people are unpredictable. Yeah, probably. Probably true. I'm probably doing it wrong. I learned growing up, though, that just making it apparent that you could see what somebody was doing was the thing to do in a situation like that. It's what I was taught by adults in my life, so I don't know, maybe that's the wrong thing to do, but it's what I grew up being told. You've been needing more and more Long War to satiate your desire. Does anyone else stream Long War or have good YouTube things? I have other Long War campaigns on YouTube. So this crash site. I was waiting for Nenko for this one, so 14 hours. That was actually the mission I thought I was doing first today, and then we did the other stuff. You watched all of my Long War campaigns already? Just watch them again? Honestly, maybe this is an okay trade. At this point in the campaign, money doesn't really matter, so I have 40 sectoid corpses. I don't really care about selling them, and they don't do anything else at this point. Do we play StarCraft 2? I have played StarCraft 2 for more than an hour, but not much more than an hour. I'm very bad. Hey Ro, how are you? Hafu's back. K-Action J is back. Oh! Among the heaviest of our body armor prototypes, the Titan armor makes use of the complex alien power management systems to provide a continual powered assist to the operator of the suit as they move through the battlefield. With the element in short supply, we've tried to find the most efficient means to utilize it in our development programs. In this case, the Illyrian power cell is used to fuel an integrated cooling system designed to minimize fatigue by regulating the operator's body temperature. The system gives the Titan armor the added benefit of increased resistance to environmental hazards, particularly fire and acid damage. I can get this Corsair armor with a grappling hook, or I can get the Titan armor that makes me literally invincible. I'm going to go with the Titan armor that makes me literally invincible. It doesn't actually do that. But it's pretty good. I thought that probably the sectoid interrogation was good for some reason. For like size stuff. We'll find out. I don't know. If only StarCraft 2 could be played with slower turns, where you move each unit individually, then the opponent takes theirs turn. I've played StarCraft on slowest speed. It's very boring. But you can definitely see how it would eventually turn into a turn-based game if you kept on slowing it down even further. Anyway, I don't recommend it. Titan armor. It's not cheap, huh? I think I'm building 5 of these. Probably. I wonder if I should cancel the Phoenix Cannon. The hangers are doing fine, and I think it's exactly 12 alloys. It would let me start a 4th. Seems okay. And there went all of my money. What day in January is it? The 7th. At the moment. If I queue them individually, I can cancel them one at a time instead of having to cancel all of them at the same time. That's the reason that I queue them individually. See if I have some sort of team for this. I have a Jaeger and a Pathfinder. Looks good. Midnight Heart will be our gunner. Nenko, Hafu. Arumba's leveling up. Jaeger, Pathfinder. Click Beetle's still alive. And I wanted to double mission Thea Asinos. think I'm just taking Bombard here. 78 will. 78 will's good. Click Beetle should end up being an okay Psy Soldier. So despite me taking completely random perks on him, he will end up being pretty good late game anyway, I think. The people's champ. Sure. You like making your little team is like deck building? It's very relaxing. Sometimes there's a lot of thinking to do as well. I'm definitely at a point where I kind of have an expectation of what I want squads to do. And I know like shortcuts to getting to a point where I have a squad that does that. But there have been times in this campaign where I've really messed up, I think. Like built a squad that can't quite kill a mech or something like that. I don't really think that the squad wipes were instances where that was happening. I think that was mostly just very difficult missions. But I've had other situations where things would have been easier and maybe I wouldn't have taken a wound if I'd thought a bit more in the loadout screen. Your favorite part of playing Magic was having your whole deck laid out by mana curve and board impact and trying to optimize everything. Like in Sealed?
We're heading into China for the next operation.
Or Constructed, or what?
Downed UFO is in a remote
cool.
area outside a small town. If we can secure the crash site, we should be able to prevent any civilian casualties.
The squad wipes were I'm not backing down from this brawl because that's how I find my fun. True. And I won one of them. Definitely lost the other two.
This is Big Sky. We're just north of the crash site. Strike 1 is in position to engage.
Loud and clear, Big Sky. We'll monitor those readings from here. Strike 1 is authorized to assault the alien craft.
Got a bunch of ridges and stuff over here. This is cleared out by the UFO having crash landed. And the UFO's up there.
In Bewegung.
Storytelling and map design. It's a very large map,
Stepping on.
so don't expect to see enemies straight away. There will be some out there.
Roger, Dodger. Already there.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
There was also one mission where I came very close to squad wiping where I didn't actually feel like I could be back. Like I felt like I was actually kind of forced into fighting it. And then I took 0 wounds. That was a really cool mission. I'm curious. And I have the page open. Let me look at, on a crashed raider, how many enemies are there? Crashed UFO. A number of UFOs will have to be shot down over the course of the campaign. Ground force quantity depends on the type of UFO you shoot down. See the UFOs page for details. Okay. It's not opening. Well, that's unfortunate. Is my stream still working? I think the Wikipedia is
Auf dem Weg.
either giving me a dead link or offline somehow. Is the second base being assaulted? I just assaulted the second base. This is a raider.
On the move.
Oh, it worked after a while. A raider has 11 to 15 aliens in a crash, plus 4 aliens at alien research greater than 360. So it's 15 to 19 right now. Pods, 2 soldier crash, 3 soldier landing, or 4 soldier plus 1 terror trap, plus 1 soldier 50% of the time, or 100% for small medium pods, and plus 1 soldier at AR greater than 360. Okay, so I understand why I don't know what the aliens are like on raiders. It's because I have never spent 2 weeks working out what that sentence means.
I feel
Basically, though, there are 15 to 19 enemies, and they are in pods, and there's a command pod. The command pod has 2 to 3 aliens in it now. I wonder if that means that there are fewer aliens out on the map. If there are 3 aliens in the command pod, I wonder if it means that there are fewer aliens not in the command pod.
Double time.
Don't know.
On the move.
Should be able to get this meld.
Big on.
I kind of walked past it.
Order confirmed.
A little bit.
Hauling ass. Heading to that location.
I'm on it.
I'm on my way. Weapons free.
Hold me closer, Hina Prancer. Doo, doo, doo. Doo, doo, doo. I don't have any cover destruction. Speaking of building teams wrong.
Begebe mich auf Position.
That's really hard to kill. Whoops.
Das ist nicht gut. Moving out.
Okay. Roomba is a, what, corporal rocketeer? With pretty poor aim rolls so far. So yeah, we're not trusting a Roomba with a heat rocket shot right next to my mech. But fortunately, we don't have to.
Okay.
I thought my soldier was invisible. It was just behind the other mech.
Ну же, давай.
That's affirmative.
Would have been a neat trick.
Headed there now. Ah, damn it.
Kind of incredible how good collateral damage is. The second that I don't have collateral damage, it's like, oh. My entire team is awful. Look, Click Beetle had like 80 will.
Got a lot of heat on me.
Late game sectoids. Kinda nasty.
Moving.
Oh.
Иду.
Beetle doesn't have steadfast. Beetle is in
I'm rolling.
Overwatch medic. Why, you might ask? Don't know. Not sure.
Affirmative, Commander.
I'm very much running into Fog of War there.
Nailed him.
I'm sorry, what? that doesn't work with command. Maybe I already knew that. Quick Beetle does have Steadfast? Oh, okay. Steadfast just doesn't work against Panic, I guess is what's actually happening.
Yes, Commander.
Works against damage from wounds. Damage from wounds. It works against panic rolls against wounds, and it works against just hit every shot. Panic rolls from the other members of your squad panicking, right? Doesn't work against Panic.
Roger that. In hand,
There's
Commander.
another sectoid. There is another sectoid.
I'm on my way. Пора пробежаться.
It's not that impressive to hit a 50% shot. It should happen half the time.
Got it. Moving.
I think in XCOM people notice when they miss like a 70% shot, which happens 30% of the time, then they think that they like always miss shots that don't have a 100% chance to hit. And then they're surprised when they hit half of their 50% shots. Lots of robot noises on this map.
Headed there now. Пора пробежаться.
It sounds a little bit like a sectopod.
On the move.
Sectopods and mechtoids have very similar sounding feet. They might even have identically sounding feet, I'm not sure.
10-4.
But it sounds like somehow heavier. Anyway, we'll see.
Take cover. Ammunition loaded. Reloaded.
Information and recency bias. Yep. Fortunately, it just tells you. It just says, like, you will hit 50% of the time, and that's what it means. When it says that, you will hit 50% of the time, so...
In sight.
Hi! I figured if this happened, I'm okay because I am
Hostiles are losing ground.
able to hide. However,
Pacified. I'm on the move.
that is 2 cyberdisks, and they're very much in fog of war. And my Pathfinder really can't get back to me, so this will be fun. I have a ghost grenade.
Поняла вас.
Understood. Moving out.
Moving. Okay. Locked and loaded.
Have a ghost grenade. Might not have a smoke grenade though.
Мониторю сектор. Moving to Overwatch.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I don't love anywhere I can stand here. Go here. Now they see me. Where the disc's gonna go.
Вот это плохо.
I don't know.
Battle scanners up.
All right. Well, I'm scared. They're both flying. Actually both within range of the Pathfinder as well. I can't get the soldier out. I could like dash to here. I guess I do have... disabling shot. Can I shoot my disabling shot? I don't think I have range. I'm not moving forward, am I? I don't think so.
Verdammt, Feind lebt noch.
Yeah, I'm blind.
Travka на ветер.
Oh my god.
Hostile neutralized.
MX of vital point targeting.
Moving out.
I'm on the move.
Kind of scuffed. That is huge. Cyberdisk destroyer. Let's kill the small one first. Okay. What? Huh? Okay. I don't know what that bug was. But if you
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
if you roll with the bugs when they're against you, you get to roll with the bugs when they're for you as well. Ooh, decided to land. Lucky. So did this, and it's grenading, which is fine. It has heat warheads. But they both landed, so like, I just walk over and kill them now, I think. Shot is blocked. I don't know, can I see them? See this one. This one's kind of hard. That one's really hard.
I'm on it, Commander.
Can't kill much, though. Maybe it's okay. Might actually run away.
Конец лунатику. Срочно нужны боеприпасы.
I don't like my chances of killing it here, but it won't be able to kill me back either. Maybe if I get a crit, I can command and kill.
I'll need a resupply soon. On the move. Moving out.
Time to motor.
There's an immensely active cyberdisk.
Сам, команда. Начинаю наблюдение.
But it is very large,
Roger.
and I'm hoping that it just shoots at the mechs that I've put in front of it. Or runs away. It might run away. The robots will run away if you kill all of the other robots in the pod sometimes. Ooh. Okay. What? What? So it also has heat ammo. Okay.
On the move.
It's trying to interface with the mech.
Wounds are dry.
Alright.
Rolling.
Well,
Bestätige.
kind of my fault. I kind of made that
Я уже там.
difficult for myself.
Yes, sir.
Ready to engage. Roger, Dodger.
Running.
Is Long War scaled to have deaths every mission? You shouldn't be having deaths every mission in Long War, no. You can heal mechs with Restorative Mist.
Headed there now. That's affirmative. Look out. When you love us.
Heading to that location. 10-4.
Moving out.
Roger that. Scanning.
Я снова в строю. Overwatch. Eyes peeled, Commander.
Enemies get heat ammo. Yeah,
I don't think we're alone.
I messed up, huh? I don't think we're getting this one. If we can scan this.
Battle scanners up.
There are some missions with turn limits, yeah. And then you have soft timers as well
Heading there now.
from melt canisters, where the melt canisters will expire if you're not fast enough.
Moving.
What? Guess it's not in range.
I'm on the move. Я в пути.
Got it. Come on. Time to cowboy up.
Click beetle! Using the med kit! Outstanding stuff. Healing wounds doesn't reduce the wound timer, no.
I feel, Commander.
I guess... Is that the mill that I was getting?
Слушаюсь.
I think too. A lot closer than I expected it to be.
On my way.
Alright, just a brief detour.
Roger that.
Fight a couple of pods.
I'm on the move.
There will be one other pod patrolling and then the command pod, and that's the mission.
Ich mach mich los.
I'm confused. This pod over here isn't giving an audio ping.
I'm on my way.
So my current theory is that this is Outsiders, and then the Stomping Feet is actually command pod, which can happen now because
Moving.
after you fight the alien base for the first time, the command pods change. Can you have a rookie get killed every mission and still win? Sure. Seems possible. Much harder. Possible. They should be patrolling. There has to be a pod that's patrolling on the map. But I'm not seeing them patrol. Like the audio cue is the same every time. Oh no, they went left there.
I think I heard something.
I don't really want to walk into them.
Выполняю. Headed there now.
Roger that.
Sindran. Heading to that location.
Headed there now.
I'm all over it. I'm over
I would rather they walked into me. Also, this is just awkward. They go behind this ridge. Hard to deal with a mechtoid that does that, for example.
Position confirmed.
Уже иду.
Heading out.
Are there any unique values that medics provide?
Moving.
Well, they have perks.
Aye, aye, Commander.
The thing that they are best at out of all soldiers is will. They have a lot of will, which makes them good size soldiers late game. I guess they're also better at healing people than other soldiers, but healing people doesn't really matter that much. It's okay. Why are you making this so hard? I liked that the ping was further away from this ridge. This turn, at least.
I'm on my way.
Спешу. Got it.
Moving. I'm on it, Commander.
I'm used to having a tech sergeant, engineer, and scout on every mission at this point in the campaign, which means I have 5+ battle scanners just by default. So you get to like move around the map. Oh my god. Alright, let's go over here now. Where's the map at? That's the corner of the map. I wonder if they're stuck on something back there, maybe.
I'm on the move.
Спешу. I'm on it, Commander.
Moving. Bin unterwegs.
On my way.
A mod to make the whole squad do Overwatch. It's this button, this button, nope, this button, nope,
Overwatch confirmed.
that button, nope, that button, that button, that button. I think there's a button for it. Apparently I don't know what it is though. It's not alt. Oh. In my game. Maybe it is in your game.
Deckt meine Flanke.
Hi.
Bringing the
A large sectopod. We were right, by the way, about it being a sectopod.
flush.
Certainly doesn't not have health.
On my way.
Guess I want to get it to below half before my infantry shoots. Infantry get executioner. I don't know if that's in range or not. In vision or not. Wait, you only see this? Oh, okay. How can you not see the drones? No, weird. Maybe this infantry doesn't actually have executioner, by the way. Just doesn't want to see them.
Bestätige.
Drones don't exist if we choose not to believe they exist.
Wir sehen uns in der Hölle.
Love that for us.
I'm rolling.
There is one drone left alive. Which of my soldiers will it one-shot? Oh, none of them. Cool. Good fight. Only 37 experience. You don't really get more experience for the more advanced aliens. You get more experience for the... Well, okay. I guess you get 20 experience for a base alien. So 37 is actually a pretty big number.
Roger that.
But you get more experience for them having more perks, which doesn't necessarily correlate to them having lots of health. I think what I just said is true.
You hear that?
Handpod looks to be here. Is this door shut? Looks like it. So let's go through that door.
Headed there now. That's affirmative.
Roger that.
Heading to that location.
If it gets in the zone at Master Sergeant, which is another 4 missions, maybe?
I think I heard something.
We need 600 experience. Probably 3 missions. If I prioritize putting kills there, it'll be in 3 missions, otherwise it'll be in 4.
Jawohl, sir.
Rainbow Monk. That's going okay still. We have Titan armor building.
Moving.
Another base has been defeated. Barracks is surprisingly healthy.
Begebe mich auf Position.
Play this strategic game in Long War very aggressively. I build lots of planes to get lots of crash sites. I farm Exalt.
I'm on the move.
I do a little bit of technology prioritization that's more about economy than immediate strength. And so the mid game tends to be the hardest part of XCOM campaigns, I think, for everybody, and
Jawohl, sir.
they sometimes make the mid game even harder than it would be usually. But I usually have enough backup from just doing lots and lots and lots of stuff to be able to roll with the punches okay.
Чувствую туда. Roger, Dodger.
Rolling out.
Usually think early game is the hardest.
Wilco.
One of the things that's nice about going for mechs is
Поехали.
you can play lots of assaults and engineers in early game, and there's not much of a downside because then you can turn them into shoguns and marauders when they start to fall off. I feel like I usually do pretty well in early game.
Shut up. Listen.
If I continue playing TFT, I had made it to like plat 2 or something before I very heavily lost interest. I don't know. I think there's like a level of minutia that I enjoy learning,
On the move.
but I want it to be in service of something bigger. And in TFT, it just feels like all you're doing is learning minutia and then
Okay.
manipulating the minutia.
I feel
And that's the entire game.
alles im Blick.
Doesn't quite vibe with me. I guess they're not here.
Moving.
We have one place left they could be, pretty much.
I'm on my way.
Mid-game usually requires more thought than early game. You have tools to deal with it.
Begebe mich auf Position. Moving.
I'm all over it. Roger.
Still. Habt ihr was gehört?
Kind of?
ET in sight. Engaging.
The wiki says it's 2 to 3 enemies in this pod. That look like 2 to 3 enemies to you? I'm not firing that. That can just hit every member of my squad, actually. Unlikely, but it can.
Направляюсь на точку.
Oh, is it always plus a sectoid commander?
I'm on it, Commander.
I'm on my way.
These two actually work together really well to kill these. A random support unit gets added. Bonus pods 1 command pod of 2 outsiders before alien base assault, or 2 to 3 aliens after alien base assault. The wiki doesn't feel like it's it feels very like straightforward.
Bin unterwegs.
Does not give the impression that there's much to be confused about here. How can that possibly be in cover? Are you kidding? What?
Nicht gesessen.
Wait.
Moving.
Is a wiki for 1.0 or later versions? 1.0 is the
Heading to that location.
latest version of Long War.
Damn it. Moving.
There are other games that have the Long War name, but they're not Long War. Alright, we're out of here.
Excellent work. All objectives complete.
Oh my god, it's 7 p.m. Where does the time go? 37 days, but we hit Master Sergeant, so who's the real winner? I guess I could have waited for this mission to cancel the cannon. Oh my god. I didn't think about that. Actually down to 2 mechs again. Time doesn't go anywhere, it is continuous. Our perception of it is limited though and constantly advances. Brain explosion. Is it true? Is this thing you say true? I don't know. I need alien propulsion to do flying suits. Feels like I might. Anyway, we're into some late game text now. It doesn't matter as much what order I do this stuff in because everything's kind of set up and stable already. And honestly, not much is going to change between now and late game in terms of what threats I face. Everything's just going to keep getting more and more and more strong, but not in any like... So it like really makes a difference to the campaign when cyberdisks start showing up, for example, and cyberdisks hadn't been showing up before. You like need different tools to kill a cyberdisk from what you need to kill a sectoid. But there isn't an enemy that shows up between now and the end of the game that requires new tools that we don't already have. So for the rest of the game, it's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger at doing the things that we already do. Hopefully at the same pace that the aliens do. It turns out that interrogating a sectoid does literally nothing. We got cybernetics research credit, which I already had. So, whoops. Maybe this one does something. What are the most advanced weapons? Plasma. Easy to read. Playing Long War 1. Be no less scope. I mean, yeah, I guess there are some cosmetic mods on top of Long War 1.1. Long War 1.0. But for the most part, it's just that Long War 1.0 is a complete overhaul. I will get some plasma weapons. I may not make every soldier have a plasma weapon. Well, I definitely want to make every soldier have a plasma weapon, actually. Do I want to sell these? It's a good price. Defense in Australia, too. I think I might not want to sell them, though. Also, Australia's at 1 panic, so the defense there doesn't do anything. I don't care that much about more scientists. They are going after South Africa this month.
Bangs out. Closing on target.
Dodge module's already done. Alright, we got it. I was going to start that.
A chop here, a chop there, and soon enough we'll have a soldier unlike anything the world has ever seen.
Peter's back. Kind of have a gunner. I kind of have a sniper. Definitely looks like I went on some missions recently. I'm definitely going to wait a bit here. Really wait for experience that waits to be back. engineers just have terrible will this campaign. They're all kind of awful. Meanwhile, Lance Corporal Medic has 68. Engineers are meant to have slightly less will than medics, but not like 26 less will while up a level. It's going okay, Somnambulist.